But you guys should be excited. You don't have to hear me say it's another beautiful day in Florida again, because it's not. Which is a rare occurrence for me to say that it's a beautiful day in Florida. I normally complain and hate the Florida weather, but it has been nice. Overcast and a little muggy. I don't really mind overcast as long as it's like chilly out, but when it's muggy, it's kind of meh. But that's still not bad because I'm very excited. We're gonna be finishing the welding cart, which I'm like really anxious to get it done. And if you guys didn't see yesterday's video, I picked up this welding tabletop. Now we have it on top of this table that I was using. I'm gonna go ahead and drill some holes and screw it into the table just to get it a little more securely mounted. But this is gonna be a game changer because I can ground straight to the table. Anything that's on it is gonna be grounded. It's gonna be a lot flatter than the super crooked wood table. And it's much bigger. So all in all, much better for fab stuff. And we'll have the welding cart finally. That'll be amazing. I did want to take the Miata for like a real drive today. It's actually registered now and it's legal and seems to be solid. But my plan for its first real drive was to go get coffee at this coffee place I like, which my girlfriend's never been to. And I told her when the Miata was driving, we'd go get coffee there. So I want to save that moment for her. It's going to be a special moment, taking the Miata to get coffee. I'm going to wait on that. But it's also not a good day to drive it anyway. I'll probably drive it somewhere tomorrow. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know why I get so ahead of myself. I'll come back eventually. I need to get a countersink these, but for now, it'll work. Good thing we didn't take the Miata for a drive. Yeah, it's raining. Ah, this thing's so cool. Love the roof. The welder's set back up for now. So much freaking room for activities. Dang, that PB blaster thing is leaking all over my table. Is there anything you're supposed to do to a welding table? You want to do something so it doesn't rust? You just leave it like this? Like, I don't know. So I need to find my plans. Where did I put them? Oh, there they are. So I need to figure out if I'm gonna run with this. So I need to figure out like exactly what that angle is, get those measurements, and then make sure that I cut the tube to that correct angle. Because basically what I'm gonna do is put have this square box, put a bar here so that the welder sits all the way at the front, and then have this room for like tungsten and rod and cups and whatever, just like my junk will go there. Like really raining now. Loud in here. Florida weather, whoop whoop. So for those of you that did not see part one of the welding cart build, basically it's gonna be a double deck welding cart. We've got our Everlast MTS 221 STI multi-process welder, does like AC/DC TIG, MIG, stick, I mean literally everything. It is like a true all-in-one machine. Then we've got our AHP 201 XD, which is an AC/DC TIG, has pretty much every setting you need, really like tried and true proven welder. Very, very good aluminum, steel, whatever you want to weld with TIG welding welder. So we're building this cart. We've got the bottom half built. So that's where the Everlast will go. My bottles will go here. They fit under the handle, because they're the shorter bottles. And then the top deck will be for the HP. It's going to tilt up. So that is the plan. I got to get to cutting. We got the top frame pieces cut. Frame is not perfectly square because that frame's not perfectly square, but we still got pretty good gaps. We're getting the chop saw figured out. It's just kind of tough because look and use the straight edge to kind of see where the saw is going to end up. So it's always hard to get a perfect cut, but I managed to get both of these pieces and everything to the right length squared up, tack it, and then we'll test it on here, make sure it's good, and then we can weld it out. Definitely come in decent ways from the start of this project. I feel like we got my welds pretty solid now. I mean, they're not pro, but they're not bad. This one I forgot to clean the mill scale off of this side, so it's nasty looking. You can see like the stuff in there. These are decent. Pretty much same thing on this side. Didn't clean it. Or no, I cleaned that one. And these are decent. I just need to weld out the inside corner joints, top and bottom, and then we can figure out how we're going to assemble it to the frame and get it tacked up and stuff. For the legs of the AHP, cut and install the angle for the diamond plate. And then I'm gonna make some tabs on this side for the diamond plate here. Okay, got this thing completely welded. I need to cut the diamond plate. Diamond plate is cut. It's kind of the worst part, honestly. It's so loud and don't have quite the right tools for it. I intentionally recessed this one lower so that I could like stack all my crap in here behind the welder. So not a mistake. So what I'm gonna do now is get this deck tacked up to the rest of the welding cart, and then we can kind of measure and figure out what our upper support bar needs to be, and then we're pretty much done other than wheels. Well, there she is, folks. I think I'm gonna forego adding the braces here for now unless I need them, but I just hung off the end of this and it barely flexed, so I don't really think there's a need. The AHP is pretty light, it's like 40 pounds or so. So if it cracks and breaks and falls, then I'll learn my lesson. It looks way cooler this way, and it's way easier to access stuff, and mainly it looks cooler. Ta-da! That is what it looks like. Very happy with that. Tray for stuff, stand and welding supplies and just all sorts of stuff can just be thrown back there to travel with the cart. The only thing I do need to do, like obviously I need to paint it, which I'll do tomorrow, and casters, but one more thing I need to do that I forgot about until now is I need to build for the top and the bottom like some sort of system to hold the torch and the pedal and all that stuff. So I build a spot for the pedal, build a spot for the torch, for the ground clamp, for both welders. For now, I am happy with that. I think it looks really good. I did want to slam it, lift it up like 1/2 inch and put the wheels on at that height, you know, build like brackets for the casters and stuff, but it would make it like super annoying if I had to go over something. We'll figure it out, but it does look sick like this. It looks like it's like a bagged out welding cart, but it just doesn't have wheels. Get a big color on that boy. Got some gold, some blue. You guys are gonna have to hear me say it. It's a beautiful day in Florida. Again, we have a beautiful day. Oh my God, that does not get old for me. It does not get old for me. It's beautiful weather. The high is 73 today. Clear blue skies, it's sunny. The sun is warm and it's chilly. Oh, it's amazing. So today, we're gonna take the Miata to get burgers at a super cool burger place as just like a small part of today's plans. I was gonna save, this is my Vertex wheel. I got this from Koru Works. Shout out to Koru Works, great company. I got this from them like forever ago. I don't know, it just kind of holds special value to me. It's like the first cool, nice, like JDM thing I've got, I feel like, you know? I don't know, it's silly, but I love this wheel. And it bounced from car to car. It's going on the Miata, and I wanted it to be like the last thing I did. Like literally the cherry on top is I put the Vertex wheel in, but with this seating position, I hate how far of a reach it is to my steering wheel. I really hate these seats, these Sparco Sprints. I hate any of these tube frame seats. It's like a steel frame, springs on the bottom. I just do not, I don't like these seats at all. I'm just using it because Ben had it and I needed a seat. We'll do the little snap thing. We'll do the snap thing. Oh wait, I gotta put this on first. Okay, got the steering wheel in. One thing that really sucks is car is leaking oil. This is from multiple different trips. I'm fairly certain it is when I put that rear main seal in, a lot of people told me I did it wrong. They're like, you're an idiot, it's gonna pour oil out. That's wrong, it's not how you install that seal. You basically have two ends of a seal and it goes over. This one, it bends backwards. So, you know, I was like, man, I didn't see any other way to install it, but let me go look. So I took it back apart with the oil pan still on. There's no other way to install it. Then I was able to find information proving that that is a new redesigned seal, and that is how it goes on. It goes on like backwards in a sense, the way the seal folds back. Put it back on, and the problem is when you put a pan on these motors and a lot of motors, you have to RTV on the gaps where the timing cover seals are. So I put some more RTV back and put it back on, but I think just like putting it back on with the pan and gasket kind of already there and like squishing it into place, I think it's leaking from there, which means we will need to pull the motor back out and fix that. To be able to yank the motor out, fix that seal and get it back in, you know, in a couple days at max. I mean, it's really not hard to pull the motor out of this thing. So not too worried about it. It's really not that big of a deal. It's just kind of like, I expected this. I did expect this. I expected to have some issues, you know, after it was in. Hell, I thought even if this thing has rod knock, when I get it running, at least everything else is done and I just have to pull the motor out, put another one in. You know, it's not a big deal once everything's done. The hard part is wiring the car up and figuring out heat shielding and fuel lines and doing all that crap. Putting the motor in and out, not a big deal. Bumming about it a little bit because I'm like, it's there, I don't want to take it back apart. We'll see what happens. I keep getting distracted. I remembered that I had these exhaust hanger bushings that I ordered, and I was like, oh crap, I have the car on the lift. I might as well throw them on, so I went ahead and threw those on real quick because one of mine was torn and they were both super worn out. Okay, one more Miata thing. If you guys saw the video of the first drive, the rack high pressure hose fitting was supposed to be M16 by 1.5, but that was for the line. Actually going into the rack was like M14. I measured it out and it looked like it would be M14 by 1.5. Found this fitting from that to dash 6 and it fits. So the rest of my fittings and hoses should be here soon. I also ordered another pump. So that's very exciting. I should be able to finish up the power steering line stuff very soon. Just might have to pull the motor and, you know, no big deal. No big deal. So I've got those, which my plan is to kind of do something like this, put them at an angle, shorten them obviously, probably about in half. Drill a hole for the torch in there, and then same thing with no hole on the other side for the ground clamp. Got both of my bottom welding hangers tacked up and ready to go. I'm just gonna weld them out and then weld them on. Then I've got these two, which are the top ones, front and whatever, and then this is the back. So I'll weld one to each side. I'll probably weld the chain to one side and then put a hook on the other end and just be able to hook the chain in for the bottles. Okay, all the welds are done. Got a coat of paint on it. The only thing left to do is drill a hole in this guy, weld a chain to there, drill a hole in that guy. There's one more thing, add the casters. So I'm gonna go try to pick up all that stuff tonight, but for this video, that's pretty much it for the welding cart. Gotta do another coat of paint when we get back, but for now, we're gonna go Miata cruise to get burgers. I've been waiting for this for 2 days. Are you hyped, brother?
So hyped.
Miata cruise. 2 drives I've done in this thing have basically been like within the neighborhood range. So this is gonna be like a few miles. It's gonna be like a real drive. So fingers crossed everything goes well. This is such a sick sight to walk up to. This thing idling and warming up. The drive down the driveway is like always horrible. Definitely like trashed in this transmission. It does not work. Like you can kind of get it to go in, but not really. But temps are good. Run's good, cruising. And roll into it. It's been lighting up the tires, like first through third, like spins all the way second, into third, spinning and catches grip in third, which is like feels good. Feels real good. We made it. The only thing I've noticed on this drive is that the car hangs idle longer than I feel like it should. Slow down and you press the clutch in and it like hangs high idle for like 5 seconds before it drops down to like the low we got now. Anyway, we're gonna go get some burgers.
Gotta get your weight up for go-karts.
That's what I got last time. Trailblazer.
Yeah, with the avocado.
It's a nice view. It's so cool to see this car like out and about, parked up at a restaurant. That's what makes it feel real, if that makes sense. When you just look at it, it looks so blissful. The sunset, makes me so happy. I guess I'm gonna drive this thing to Lowe's, pick up the last of the material I need to finish the welding cart, and probably finish that up tonight. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I'm sure you guys have seen enough of the welding cart. I'll show you it when it's finished, probably in the next video, but next video we should be starting on Ben's car, tearing it apart. Parts should be here soon to completely finish this car. All as well. Oh, and I think I figured out the oil leak, which I'll know when I get home. But anyway, that's it for this video. So stoked to be driving this thing around. It's a beautiful day. The Miata's ripping. Happy Taylor. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Bye, guys. Okay, well, luckily I was a day ahead on videos, so I couldn't leave you guys without seeing the completed product. This is it. Painted, wheels, everything. Got our torch holder, ground clamp holder, Got ground clamp holder here. Same thing with the MIG gun over here. Very, very, very happy with how this came out. Oh, and I got my chain. Oh no, my helmet fell. I got my chain back here. Stoked. Okay, goodbye.